Hello and welcome. Episode 28 Swishes, Hits, and Kicks. And today's episode is going to be a little different because I am going to be basically on one topic. And yes, we are going over football, NFL Week 1. But I feel like I have to get into this Las Vegas Raiders topic. I am recording on a Monday. It is 10/7/2024. Monday night game is going to start here in the next hour and a half or so between the Saints and the Chiefs. Excuse me, that's all fine and dandy. But let's just talk about how this week's gone so far. I'm going to probably try to put out another podcast later this week, talk about other stuff, other things, UFC events, WWE events, all this stuff. Cowboys were able to pull one out on the Steelers. The Giants, I'm surprised, were able to pull one out on the Seahawks. The Packers were able to put it to the Rams. The Cardinals and the Niners, the Cardinals were able to beat the Niners, which surprised me. A lot of surprises. The Bills lost to the Texans. The Jags got their first wins against the Colts. The Commanders are looking like a Super Bowl team, beating the Browns. The Dolphins were able to put away the Patriots. The Ravens held on and were able to beat in overtime the Bengals. The Bears did to the Panthers what they should. The Vikings were able to beat the Jets. Falcons, were able to beat the Bucks. And the Broncos were able to pull it by the Raiders. And that last one, folks, this is really what I'm here to talk about today. This is the Swishes, Hits, and Kicks podcast state of the Las Vegas Raiders. And I have my Raider hat on. I wear this bad boy all the time at work. But I feel like as a true fan today, I have to turn. I have to turn around. Because, we have to have a real conversation about the Las Vegas Raiders as a whole. Obviously, let me get a drink. Obviously, this Davante Adams stuff is really affecting the team more than we had hoped. In a way that a lot of stories are coming out that within the next 48 hours, there's going to be a move. And I'm all for it. If Davante doesn't want to be there, I agree with the next man up mentality. He did come across on receivers a little bit like a diva. He still comes across that way. He does. Most wide receivers do. But I said it on the last episode. There's, in some ways, I don't blame him because what he is dealing with right now is not what he signed up for, not maybe what he had been promised. And right now, I'm going to tell you, Raider fans, as a Raider fan my entire life, 34 years, the quarterback play at the Raiders is at Jamarcus Russell level. Okay? Meaning we are terrible right now at quarterback. It's pretty bad. Gardner Minshew, man. We have Gardner Minshew, Aiden O'Connell. I mean, man, what else? What else are we going to do? Looking back, that 07 Raiders roster was just rough. There's no, we had Josh McCown as a starter. Justin Vargas. Best player on offense was Robert Gallery. Zach Miller. Porter. We had a Warren Sapp still. Man. Dante Culpepper. That's a rough team. And we are looking very similar. Quarterback play is just terrible right now. It's bad. Davante Adams, it seems like he's going to get traded here soon. Sounds like the hard, firm stances that Mark Davis is wanting. A second-round pick. Who knows? I heard it's, they're saying within 24 hours. A lot of people are saying, there's rumors of, maybe it's Ayuk and for Adams. There was another one thrown out there, maybe Debo for Adams, which I wouldn't mind any of these things. I doubt it's going to happen. But something's happening soon. There's a trade that's going to happen soon. Obviously, everyone talks about the Jets, but let's be honest. I think it's more than just the Jets. It's not just the wide receiver thing with the Jets. There's a possibility of the Packers, the Saints, because of Derek Carr, the Steelers. You have the Chiefs and the Bills, but this is my thing. If I'm the Raiders, why would I trade within my conference? It's just kind of stupid, especially the Chiefs. Come on, why would you do that? That one recently, just Pierce was asked about Devontae. He said he doesn't know. He's got to ask Devontae that. There's obviously no communication. I truly don't think he's hurt. I really don't. I don't think he's injured. I think he's just never going to step on the field of the Raiders again. We don't know who the quarterback is going to be next week. It's either Minshew or O'Connell. Honestly, I'd probably just go with O'Connell. I don't know, man. It's really tough. Right now with the Raiders, there's already big predictions that the Raiders, if we don't get a Shedeur Sanders or someone in the draft, they're gonna go hard at Sam. Who's it gonna be? They're supposed to go really hard at getting Sam Darnold because he's gonna command a big salary next year. And I'm okay with it. Whatever. He's young still. It'd be worth it. I was just talking on here recently that Sam Darnold's going to go somewhere because he's only 27. So that would be interesting. But Max Crosby fired off at a GM, basically saying he's a Raiders guy. Paraphrasing, he's with the Raiders. He's got that tattoo on his chest. Of course, he loves Devontae, but it is what it is. He's a Raider. He's just tired of losing, which anyone would. And this is what I'm talking about. State of affairs to the Raiders. It's not just Devontae Adams. It's not. And, one player doesn't change everything. And I mean that as in, we can go get an amazing quarterback. And there's still a chance that nothing changes. As of right now, we have the exact same record as the Jets, the Niners, the Colts, and the Cardinals. You can argue that all four of those teams have a better quarterback than us, and they probably have a better head coach. I'm going to be honest. I kind of defend AP a lot, Antonio Pierce. And I defend him just because he hasn't been coaching that long. I think this is his only season. He'll probably be a head coach for a while. He shows his inexperience quite often. I know he's not the offensive coordinator, but we run terrible plays. We're running it up the gut in 3rd and 5 all the time. I don't get it. It's 3rd down. You're running the ball, and it's not 2 yards left. It's 5 yards. I see him getting fired at the end of the season. And you got to keep it real with the players. We need someone with experience. We need someone who knows how to win, or who wants, who's hungry to win, who has been coaching. Young, even older, but obviously they have their quirks about them. But what we're doing right now is not working. And it don't matter who the quarterback is. It's the team. The team, we need someone that's going to spark the team. A long time ago, back with the last time the Raiders were really good, the quarterback was Rich Gannon. And John Gruden said about Rich Gannon, he was the perfect quarterback for that team because he's the spark that happened for that team. Whatever quarterback we get, they have to be the spark for the team. Max Crosby is our spark right now. He is the best player on the Raiders, bar none. He's not going anywhere. My God, if Crosby left, I don't know what I'd do. That might be the That might be the, hey, I'm done being a Raiders fan moment, is if Crosby was gone. Most fans would have to agree. Like, come on. Like, they're like, oh, no, players have come and gone. Dude, like, it's tough sometimes because what does the organization give you? Think about that. What does that billionaire with the crappy haircut give you? Nothing. He doesn't give you nothing. He gives you bad teams, terrible players, expensive stadium with high ticket prices that are unaffordable for most people. And ever since he's taken over, the Raiders have been trash. He's not going out of his way to do better. So truth be told, for this team to do better, we got to start at the top. Look at the the Commanders. Look at them. Got rid of Dan Snyder. Here we go. New ownership, trickle down effect. And I'm not even saying Davis has got to go. I know they're going to keep it in the family, but he's got to start getting people in line of, general managers, people in charge that know what they're doing to build a winning football team. You can't hire general managers who have never won. And I just think that until we do, we're going to lose. Raider fans, we are going to lose. We're not going to be winning. And it's sad, right? Like, it's super sad to me as a Raiders fan. Until we do something big, drastic, game altering for us, we're not going to win. Like, there's no way. Like, I'm going to be honest, like, reading off these other teams that we have the same record as, where there's like, I think we're in the same category as like the Panthers. We're ass. Like, we suck. We do. I'm sorry. Like, we have great players. Like, Max Crosby is one of the top players in the league. Devontae Adams is a top receiver in the league. Like, Brock Bowers is literally going to top 10 tight end, top 5 by the end of the season. Spillane works so hard. Like, there's guys that we have that are great. But the team as a whole, from ownership, front office, coaching staff, it's just not working. So I don't know. I hope something happens here soon. Honestly, I think they do need to get rid of Devontae as soon as possible. You got to get the bad apple out of there, and he's going to go win somewhere. And I kind of hope he does, like, even though, like, he doesn't want to play for us, but I don't blame him. I blame the team. Like, I blame the front office. We failed him. He didn't fail us. Like, truth be told, we should have never gotten rid of Derek Carr. Ever. He should have been with us until he retired because he was still putting up numbers. People want to hate Carr all they want, but literally, like, everyone's been terrible since. We didn't make any runs at any quarterbacks, even in the draft. We could have traded up to get someone. We didn't. Like, just all these things didn't happen, and now we got what we got. Reap what you sow, man. So that's it today. We'll talk. Hopefully, I'll put out another episode this week. Episode 28, man. Talking all about the Raiders, all about the stress, the drama. Man, putting up this crap for a long time. There's people older than me been putting up with this. And I love the Raiders, man. I'm probably going to be a Raiders fan until the day I die. It's just really hard sometimes knowing how terrible your team is. And they're not trying to improve. Give us something. Like Mark Davis, you got to throw us a bone, dude. You got to do whatever you can. Like, honestly, like, if you have to have a quarterback starting off, you have to build your franchise around a quarterback. And right now, we don't have one. We're not going to win squat until then. Follow me on YouTube, TikTok, It Don't Stop, podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. You know what it is. Raiders, State of Address, swishes, hits, and kicks. Got it like that. Get it like that. Raiders. You know what it is.